Good morning, Quinnipiac, and welcome to another delicious segment of The Morning After. I'm your host, Sam Catapano.
And I'm Kate Kavitsky. We are excited to have you back for another edition. We're just going to dive right in. No pun intended.
Nice puns.
Yes, it was good. We're talking about James Cameron.
James Cameron, the director of Titanic, Avatar, Sanctum, or he was a producer of Sanctum. He went to the deepest part of the Earth underwater. It's about 36,000 feet. And it's the landscape is the equivalent to about 120 times the size of the Grand Canyon, and as deep as at Mount Everest is tall. So no one's gone down there in over 50 years, and of course it's James Cameron of all people.
Wow,
too.
That's really, really deep. And he's, he did Sanctum, which is like deep sea cave diving.
I never actually saw it, so I'm not totally sure.
I accidentally went into the movie theater, and it was really weird. I thought I was in the wrong movie, but it was. I was in the wrong movie, but it was really, really cool. So James Cameron's like a big adventurer, but yeah, so he's gone deeper than...
It had nothing to do with film, actually. It was all about basically being an adventurer. He's gone on over 72 deep sea excavations. 3 of them were with Titanic. Oh, we're going to see the Titanic, so obviously he has a little bit of an obsession.
Yes, yeah. No, that's really cool, though. Really, really cool. Moving on to a little bit of a sadder topic. Dick Cheney has suffered many, many heart attacks. 5, I think.
Yeah, his first one was actually when he was 37 years old, and the last one was about 2 years ago.
Okay, so there's a big debate now because he just recently received a heart transplant. He is 71 years old, and he's had 5 heart attacks. So people are wondering, should he have been given preference to have this heart transplant? Was he too old? Was the fact that he already had 5 heart attacks too big of a risk factor? Is it really worth it,
Right, and it's kind of just it's a moral debate of whether or not, does someone deserve it more than him? Obviously, everyone deserves a chance, and he did obviously, people kind of think he has a priority because he was the ex-vice president, but at the same time, it's kind of I don't know, he did the exact same process that everyone else went through. He actually waited 20 months to get his heart transplant. Most of the time, it takes about 6 months to a year. So he went through the normal process, but then again, he's 71 years old, and how much longer does he really have?
He could have 30 more years. You never know. That heart could keep him going.
Maybe,
You never know. I'm a Democrat, so we know where I lie. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
I don't know. I don't really have a political preference, but if you're going to shoot people on a hunting trip, maybe you shouldn't keep ticking. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Dick Cheney. He just doesn't seem like a nice person.
No, maybe his new heart will make him a nicer person, though. But
maybe.
Good luck with your new heart, Dick.
Always a new heart.
So moving on to the biggest, one of the biggest box office release hits ever.
The 3rd biggest opening in movie history.
The Hunger Games. This was huge. It was bigger than Twilight. I don't know if it topped Harry Potter.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I hope it did, actually.
Well, Titanic was number 1.
Yeah,
I think.
Titanic, and I think number 2 was The Dark Knight Rises. Not Dark Knight Rises.
Or was it
Dark
Avatar?
Knight.
Was it James Cameron's Avatar? I don't know. They're all in the top 10 somewhere. But The Hunger Games came in at number 3. For those of you who don't know, it's about this future world where the capital tells all the districts. There's 12 districts that a boy and a girl between 12 and 18 have to go and basically fight for the entertainment of their country, and it's really exciting. I didn't read the whole book. I read some of it. I loved it. I don't know why I didn't finish it, but people seem to love the movie just as much as the book. So go out, check it out. It seems to be great.
I never even heard of the movie or the book. I knew the movie was coming out. I never heard of the book. I like the name, Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. It's exciting.
Gets me hungry.
Yeah, my friend told me to read it in high school, or maybe in middle school, maybe the beginning of high school. I don't know. And I started reading it. It was really exciting, good, but then I just did other things and stopped reading it.
And it's a trilogy, right? Or do you know?
I have no idea. I hope so, because then there will be many more box office hits.
You gonna go see it?
I'm gonna go see it. I think it looks really good. I wish I had time to finish reading the first book, though, because the books are usually better than the movies.
That tends to be the case.
Yeah, I'm a big Harry Potter fan, and all the Harry Potter books are just way better than the movies, but the movies are still really, really fun.
It looks pretty cool. I saw the preview. That's as far as I've gone, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't see it.
Okay. Well, we are going to go over for weather. So, it's been really nice out. I hope it continues. It rained a little bit this weekend. But,
it's not like last week, but let's hear about the weather.
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Let's see.
Hey guys, so this week we're going to have a bit of sun and a bit of cloudiness. Today it's going to be in the high 40s and in the high 20s, while tomorrow's going to be kind of sunny in the high 40s. But unfortunately, during Wednesday, around like between Wednesday and Thursday morning, it's gonna rain a bit. But on the bright side, this week will end mostly sunny in the high 50s. But yeah, this week's isn't as good as last week. But the bright side, the week's gonna end in the high 50s. And back to you guys.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned. Do not change that channel. We'll be right back.
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
Gotta get that. Oh, I must be careful there. Oh, that's a nice picture.
Come on, Anna.
Okay.
Foreclosure doesn't affect just you. It affects your whole family, too. If you've fallen behind on your mortgage, we can help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE, because nothing is worse than doing nothing.
This is a family that was almost fed by neighbors who almost volunteered to help them out. Almost volunteered. When it comes to giving, almost doesn't count.
Welcome back, guys. So on a very upbeat note, we're going to talk about some sports. We're going to segue in for Jill a little bit. The Final Four. It is
Yes.
upon us.
Did you make a bracket?
I did not, and I'm a little disappointed in myself. I'm a big Duke fan. Thank you.
Did you see
Thank
what
you.
happened?
Well, they lost.
To Lehigh.
Okay, well, you know what? They won a few years ago. When we were freshmen, they won
They did.
the whole
They did.
March Madness tournament. Anyway, my family's big Duke fans, so we're very sad to see them lose. But the tournament is still really exciting. You know a little bit more about it than I do, so.
Yeah, basketball is kind of my forte. More so National Basketball Association, but basketball is basketball. I didn't actually make a bracket either because I was too busy being a celebrity in Punta Cana. Just not a big deal. But basically, yeah, it was a tournament filled with upsets. Pretty much, I think there's only 2 number 1 seeds left. It's kind of the usual suspects that come into the Final Four. There's Kansas against, who are they playing? Ohio State. And then it's a kind of a clash against Kentucky, basically University of Kentucky against University of Louisville. So pretty exciting stuff. My prediction, I think Kentucky's going to take it all.
Okay.
They have Anthony Davis, the Frida Kahlo of basketball. He's got a gorgeous unibrow.
Very nice. Hot stuff.
And yeah, so I
Is
think...
that the team that movie was about?
No, with Coach Carter? That's high school.
No.
I'm
Not
sorry.
that movie.
Let's
There's
have Jill talk about sports, and then we'll discuss this later.
We will.
Jill?
Thanks, guys. It was a big week in the NFL. As if the Jets' ego couldn't get any bigger, let's add Tim Tebow. Although he struggled to throw more than 15 yards last year, let's bring him to an already drama-filled team. Sanchez struggled last season to take control and win games, so while Tebow spends all his time on the sidelines, maybe he can get in some extra praying for the team. I think they're going to need it. Ironically, Peyton is now on the Broncos, and I'm sure he will be pretty successful. The number 18 was retired, but the former owner of the number said he would let Peyton wear it. And lastly, let's just recap my March Madness picks for the Final Four: Kansas, Kentucky, Ohio State, and Louisville. Most of the world didn't think Louisville had a chance, but my logic was Louisville's in Kentucky. Johnny Depp's from Kentucky. Johnny Depp is really good looking, so Louisville's looking really good. And now let's take a look at the actual teams headed into the Final Four: Kansas, Kentucky, Ohio State, and Louisville. Sure sounds familiar. If you didn't hate me already for my lame way of picking teams, I'm sure you do now. Back to you guys.
I don't hate you at all. I think that's awesome. Johnny Depp is my absolute favorite, so that seems like a perfectly logical
There's a lot.
way to pick
There's a lot of
team.
good things coming at Kentucky. You got Kentucky Fried Chicken. You got Johnny Depp, and
That's all you need.
that's all you got actually.
Chicken-
But that's,
chicken and
those are
Johnny
they're
Depp.
Very
Like, what else?
essentials for
for picking
anything.
a basketball winner. Jill, good job. Absolutely. So on a Quinnipiac note, narrowing in a little bit, there's a QU Idol tonight. So it's a takeoff on American Idol. Michelle has informed us that you needed to audition to be able to perform. There's, I think she said 10 singers, and it's tonight at 7 in Buckman, and she is one of the performers, so that's really exciting. Congratulations.
One of our very own. And Ryan Seacrest isn't hosting, so we don't have to actually
He's not
just
there.
be terrified and annoyed at the same time. Great news.
No Simon Cowell, no Paul Abdul, no Randy.
Just no horrible people, just
No, just
good old-fashioned, honest idol.
Quinnipiac student. So good luck, Michelle. It's going to be really exciting. So check it out tonight if you can.
Wish you the best of luck. Sing your heart out.
Yeah, there's also another really exciting Quinnipiac game show thing coming up soon. It's on March 30th. It's called the Roommate Challenge. And basically what it is, it's a spin-off of the Newlywed Game. So they're, whoever's hosting it, maybe SPB, is encouraging roommates to go out and to test their knowledge of each other to see how well they actually know each other. So that's, again, March 30th at 7. That could be really fun.
Or it could be really drama-filled.
Or, maybe Jordan and I will go. I don't know how that'll be. But I think we know each other pretty well. But we'll see. I don't know what the big prize is. Maybe an iPad or something. It would be awesome.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And hopefully you don't find anything too dark about your roommate. No one wants to deal with that.
No, creepy stuff.
Yeah.
There's also one more exciting Q thing that I am definitely going to be attending. His name is Matthew Sanford. He's a mind-body lecturer, really inspirational guy. He was in a car accident, left him paralyzed, but he's become very spiritual and has found a lot of healing in things like yoga and like different practices with your mind and the body and just things like that. And so he's coming to lecture on March 28th. So that's really exciting. You guys should check it out.
And these flowers are beautiful. Speaking of flowers with a different spelling, Kim Kardashian got a little dozed with some cooking products. Let's go to entertainment and find out exactly what happened.
Michelle?
Thanks, guys. I'm Michelle Arpadian, and I'm here with your entertainment news for the week. Yeah, as if Kim Kardashian she can't stay out of the media. She was flowered this Thursday walking at a red carpet premiere for her new fragrance. And as she was walking, a woman just came up to her and doused her in flour. Flower bomb, that's what it is. And the only other person, celebrity-wise, that has been flower bombed before was Lindsay Lohan. But Kim Kardashian was flower bombed, and the paramedics came. Her mom was in a freak out saying that this was dangerous and hazardous. Come on, guys, it's flour. Get over it. But the woman that flowered her tried to escape, and they caught her. Kim Kardashian laughed off the whole thing and just acted as if it was, the funniest thing in the world. But I just feel like they just keep putting her back in the media, and it's just absolutely unnecessary. And was it even necessary to call the paramedics? Probably not at all. The only thing I can think of is why they would even call the paramedics. Maybe they thought that it wasn't flour, that it was something else. I don't know. But she's fine. Nobody worry. Not that anyone really is. And in other news, Hilary Duff just had a baby on Tuesday with her famous hockey husband. And they named it Luca Cruz. I'm not really sure why Luca Cruz, because his last name is not Cruz, so I'm not sure if that's like a first and middle name or what that is, but the baby's healthy, Hilary Duff is healthy, and the couple couldn't be any happier to have this baby. So let's hope that this will be one child celebrity that's going to go down the right path, and congratulations to the couple. Back to you guys at the desk.
Who would have thought Lizzie McGuire would have a baby?
I mean, she grew up.
Yeah, she is.
Lizzie McGuire.
Remember that show?
It was Hilary Duff. She was good. But yeah, I mean, Kim Kardashian, I'm so sick of her. And honestly, if her mom was saying it's dangerous, the way they behave on that show is way more dangerous than a flower bomb.
Yeah. And she might have been composing herself. She may have thought it wasn't a big deal, that flower, but she was crying inside.
She was
she was
depressed.
upset.
Who doesn't like me? Oh my God, whatever. Kim, we're sick of you. Okay, so one sad topic that we just wanted to talk about, mention really quick, was the killing spree that happened in Afghanistan. The soldier who went rogue and murdered.
He basically snuck off the base, and this is his 5th term, so he's been he's been doing this for a while, and he's definitely been exposed to a lot of pretty vulgar things. But he basically snuck off and snuck into, I think, about half a dozen homes and shot and killed majority of the family members that are in there.
It was really sad.
But what the U.S. is doing now, which just came out this morning, is they are basically paying every family victim who died $50,000 and everyone who was wounded $11,000 to kind of mend some relationship with Afghanistan, which is already on a pretty thin ice as it is.
It is, but it's really sad. The veteran was diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and the 5 tours of duty. It's just awful. So our hearts go out to him and all the victims, and hope that things can kind of smooth over from here.
And be a little more
that,
peaceful.
Yeah, and that everyone gets the treatment and everything that they need and deserve.
On that note, let's go to commercial,
Yes.
get a little less depressed.
Yes.
And we'll see you back in a second. Oh.
Over here!
Did you know that the first person to fly faster than the speed of sound was Chuck Yeager back in 1947? No? I didn't think so.
It's fun to know history. Find curious facts from America's past at loc.gov, the Library of Congress website.
What do you get when you mix a chef, a plumber, and a policeman with an abandoned restaurant? A recipe for success. With the help of their local community coalition, these 3 brought in carpenters and electricians. They donated time and materials and helped turn that old restaurant into a family center. Now they're all building a better community, volunteering to help keep kids away from drugs. And that's the tastiest dish of all. Visit helpyourcommunity.org to see what your group can do, because you get more
when you get together. Go.
Right to KU Sports. Let's hear about some sports.
Yes, let's do it.
Thanks, Sam and Kate. I've been at the desk a lot lately, so I haven't been able to do KU sports. Last time I talked, it was all about basketball and hockey, but now we're right into the swing of things with spring sports. So the men's baseball team lost their doubleheader this past Saturday against Fairleigh Dickinson 5-3, the first game, and 11-2 the second. Their next game is tomorrow against Fairfield away, so good luck to them. The women's softball team split their doubleheader this past Sunday against Monmouth. They won the first game 6-5, but lost the second 4-1. Their next doubleheader is this Wednesday against Massachusetts away, so good luck to them as well. The men's lacrosse team won this past Saturday against Binghamton 12-11. Their next game is this Saturday against Mount St. Mary's away, so good luck to them. A lot of away games this week. And the women's lacrosse team won their game against Long Island this past Sunday 18-7. Their next game is Friday against Mount St. Mary's. That one's at home, so come out and support them. So that's all for this week. Back to the desk.
Bowls,
They're
yeah.
getting so close, so keep going, boys. Maybe we'll get there eventually. So again, we're gonna depress you a little bit
Yeah, we
more.
lied. We're gonna
There's
depress
some
you
sad
again.
stuff in the news that we just felt was noteworthy. So the really sad case, which I'm sure many people have heard about, Trayvon Martin was a 17-year-old teenager, African American. He was killed by the neighborhood watchman in Florida.
Basically thought he was suspicious or doing suspicious activity.
He's wearing a hoodie.
He's a very tall kid, but he's really young, about only 150 pounds.
Yeah.
And 6'3" though, so
He's tall.
somewhat intimidating.
But the night watchman felt that he was suspicious when in fact he only had Skittles on him, no weapon or anything. So now there's a huge controversy as to why he was killed, what the circumstances surrounding the
There was some
incident.
kind of altercation, I know.
Yes.
And they both got in a fight, but it resulted in, Trayvon was completely unarmed, not really
Yeah.
doing anything. I think he was probably infuriated by the fact that
He was being followed
in the first place.
and
And in
watched,
response to the altercation, he was shot once in the chest
He
and
was
died
shot
from
and
his
he
injury.
passed away. It was really sad. So, keep your eye on it in the news. There's a lot going on about it. They're talking about, hate crimes, stuff. So we'll see. The Zimmerman is the man that was the night watchman who killed him. So there's a lot going on with that. So keep your eyes on that case. It's going to be a really big thing in U.S. news.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of celebrity influence with it. I know the entire Miami Heat basketball team actually posed for a photo before their game and wore hoodies over their warm-up jerseys just to kind of show their support for Trayvon. And it is a big issue, and the media kind of needs to know this. This is kind of unacceptable, and there needs to be justice.
It does. It's sad. So hopefully, our hearts and prayers go out to Trayvon and his family and everyone who is affected by that incident. On hopefully a lighter note, though, we are going to go over to Nick for some Bro It All. So we're excited for his segment. What do you have for us today, Nick?
Bro it out.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Kate. Just one quick note on that Zimmerman-Trayvon case. It's really sad that we live in a country where a woman who flower bombs Kim Kardashian is in jail and the man who kills a young innocent teenager is still walking free. My 2 cents. Anywho, yes, on a lighter note, welcome to Bro It All. If you have noticed last week, the weather was beautiful. A lot of people sitting out on the quad, playing frisbee, tanning, absolutely amazing. And if you look at that graphic right there, that's what it looked like. And the hidden gem of Quinnipiac comes out during spring weather. The beautiful girls that roam this campus. And I noticed a lot of very pretty girls last week sitting out on that quad, tanning and having fun and just doing their own thing. And so I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to meet these lovely ladies? So this week we're going to learn how to make a new lady friend whenever you're out on the quad during spring weather. I have 2 surefire plans that I think will work. First, people play frisbee, they play football, they play badminton, they play volleyball, whatever you want to play on the quad. If you overthrow a ball and it just so conveniently lands next to a blanket of a girl you're trying to maybe talk to or you think looks pretty, just go into it and like dive for the ball and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that, are you okay? And then instantly you're in. Strike up a conversation with her, guarantee you'll get lunch by the end of the night. Second, I don't know how this happens, but I see a lot of people walking around the quads with dogs. I didn't know dogs were allowed on the Quinnipiac campus. I don't know how they get in, but dogs are a surefire plan to getting the attention of any girl you want. Because let's face it, who doesn't love a nice dog? I saw black labs, I saw a golden retriever once, I think I saw a pug also at one point, and I couldn't resist any of the dogs. I wanted to go up and pet them, so if I couldn't resist them, what makes you think a girl wouldn't want to resist them? So, sports and puppies. 2 things that girls cannot resist, and I guarantee if you have one or both of those, you will get the attention of any good-looking lady on the quad. That's all for Bro It All this week. Back to Sam and Kate.
I love your logic. It's fabulous.
One thing that I can resist, though, and I know you've succumbed to this, is timeline on Facebook. Just a horrible thing. I still haven't succumbed to it, but yeah.
I've succumbed, and you know what? I don't like it as much as the old version of Facebook, but it's okay. It's not that bad. You get used to it. But Nick, I want to say one thing. If you're trying to pick up Sarah, your best bet is to use a cat. So it depends on what kind of girl you're looking for, a cat girl or a dog girl. So I don't know. You got to weigh your options.
But then do you have the cat on a leash on the quad?
I don't know. Cats are not privy to leashes. They're very, stuck up.
I've never seen a cat on a leash, to be honest. It'd be kind of a sight to see.
They'd probably be really pissed off. That's a pissed off cat.
Upset,
they don't like that very much. But I think your logic is great. I think it's fabulous.
It's Cup of Joe time.
Oh my God, it is. It's time.
Let's send it over to Cup of Joe.
Back to the bowl of Joe. Question number 1. Do you think cats have 9 lives? Yes, because I once threw a few cats off my cousin's roof because they were like pissing on him or something. They didn't die, so. Number 2, what is with these cats? What is your favorite pet to eat or a cat, or a cat? I don't like cats. They don't do anything. Do they? No. Yes. Would you consider yourself to be dangerous? Not really, but sure, I'll say yeah. Gosh, is it like a cat theme today? What's the funniest thing you've ever done? And do you agree cats are evil? Yes, they're evil. Yeah, that movie, Cats and Dogs, it was the evil one. So cats are evil. I can't really think of the funniest thing. Jeez, everyone wrote a question today. Are you a cat or a dog person? I'm not going to answer that. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Or you can call me maybe. I really hate that song. Ooh, look at all these papers. If you could star in any movie or a TV show, what would you choose and why? Entourage, they live a sweet lifestyle. That'd be amazing. And are you hungry for the Hunger Games? No. That's all we have for Bowl of Joe. Back to you guys.
Never ceases to amaze me, Joe. You're fabulous.
Keep the bowl going.
Yeah, pretty funny. Anyway, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, but we will be back in a few for trivia.
Stay tuned.
Can you imagine a world without children? A world where children don't play, or dream, or imagine.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're working every day to find cures for diseases that strike down children. Because we can't imagine a world without children. Can you?
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Call now or log on to stjude.org.
It's that time of the year again.
Yes.
Trivia. I'm 1 for 1, by the way. Just so you know.
I'm 1 for 2, so we're pretty evenly matched.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so we're going to go to that in just a second. But quick, I just want to mention the concert is happening very soon. OAR concert. It's
OAR.
April 22nd. So that's going to be exciting. So make sure you get your tickets and check that
Purchase
out.
those. They're really cheap, but like we said,
Trivia
let's go
time.
Trivia.
Yes.
Hit me.
What U.S. state has the longest coastline?
It's one of two. It's one of two.
It's either. Yeah. I think. Is this obvious? Or
I'm wondering. It's one of two. Do you know the two?
I don't want to be like a jerk and be like, well, of course it's California. I'm going to pick that. But
Are you gonna pick it?
I'm going to go ahead and say California.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say Florida.
It's adorable. Adorable. What is it?
It's always the little ones that win. The answer is Maine, with all of its twists and turns.
Maine. Will Taylor, we should have known.
We should have contacted him.
Sneaking up. It was cats. It's a cat day. Our friend Taylor is a cat person. He lives in Maine. It's all
If he had
about.
to shoot, if I was hanging off a cliff, and he didn't know who I was, and it was me and another cat who happened to be
He would
hanging on the
pick a
cliff,
cat.
well, he'd pick a cat immediately.
He'd absolutely pick the cat. Even still, knowing he's like your best friend, he'd probably still pick the cat. Yeah. But shout out to Taylor. So thanks, Nick. We both got it wrong. That's okay. So now I'm 1 for 3.
I'm
You're
1 for 2.
2.
Percentage-wise, I'm not a mathematician, but I believe I'm at 50, and then you're at 33%. That's
Yeah, that's correct.
making me
Winning.
winning.
He's
yeah,
winning.
correct. So that's great.
Whatever.
Mhm.
Whatever.
We'll go next time, though. We
Ron-
need to take a geography lesson, to be honest.
We do. We should study a map.
I didn't even know Delaware was a state until sophomore year in high school. I mean, it's the California ignorance. But why? I mean, why would you even know it?
I was playing categories last night. This is on a completely unrelated note. I was playing categories, and one of the topics was U.S. cities, and my friend wrote Minnesota. So I think we all could use a geography lesson at Quinnipiac.
Fair enough.
But Ryan Scanlon quickly wanted to let us know that SGA elections are next week. So if you're running, that'd be great. If not, oh well.
Put your vote in.
So that's going to be it for us today, guys. You can check us out at www.q30.org. We meet on Sundays and Mondays. We would love to have you.
Join, please.
It's a great time, so come check it out. And we will see you next week.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Adios.